Anna Schweig. She is with Big Thorn Farm and Brewery. Anna, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too.
Okay, let's start it off. What is Big Thorn Farm and Brewery?
Big Thorn Farm is a brewery and farm that we started in 2011. We started the brewery in 2016. We grow a lot of ingredients on our farm that we use to make beer.
Okay.
And we distribute all over Illinois.
And who is we? Who is this we you are speaking of?
It's just me and my partner, Aaron,
Okay.
the two of us. We have a couple salespeople as well, but I run the farm. Aaron does all the brewing, and we deliver, sell, distribute all of our beer.
So what made you get into doing this?
Aaron was a home brewer for a long time, and then he opened J.T. Walker's Brewery in Mahomet with those guys. And we had bought our property in 2011, knowing eventually we would open a brewery someday. We didn't know when. But then we found out our son was coming in 2015, and we thought, well, I guess we got to do this right now.
Sure.
So we did.
Sure. So where is the property located at?
We're in Vermillion County,
Okay.
just west of Georgetown, out in the middle of nowhere, as most people would say. But we love it. It's beautiful. Surrounded by trees. We're right off the Little Vermillion River. It's great.
Did you have any background in farming or anything like this when you got into it? Or was
No,
it just hey, let's
none.
try this?
None whatsoever. We messed up a lot. Yeah, I mean, I have a degree in exercise science. Aaron was homeschooled, and then he was totally self-taught brewer. None of us had any idea what it was like to live, out in the country or do anything that country people do. So
Right.
we've learned everything as we've went along.
So what are some of those big things you've learned as you've gone along?
I was thinking about that before I came. I think the biggest thing is how to dress.
Okay.
You've got to dress differently. It's just not the same clothes. You don't wear the same shoes. You have to wear lots of layers. Flannel. I didn't know flannel was like a useful thing. It was always fashion to me.
Exactly.
But it is a very useful clothing item. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I've grown up around here, grew up in Mahomet, and kind of a pseudo country boy. But yeah, it's there's some there's functional clothes. There's your
Certainly.
stylish, and then there's your functional.
Yes, and I grew up in Mahomet too, and I always thought, I'm from a little country town, but I was not a country.
Sure.
I didn't grow up out there,
So what do you produce at the farm? What are you growing?
We grow everything we grow now is for beer. When
Okay.
we first started, I sold to restaurants in Champaign-Urbana and surrounding area, but now everything's for beer. So we grow lots of different herbs, tons of herbs that we use for bittering for beer. We grow all the fruit we use in our beer. So we have lots of young fruit trees, but then we also have blackberries, gooseberries, rhubarb, blackcurrant. Yeah, but mostly, I suppose the biggest thing are our herbs. We grow about 100 different herbs. And we don't grow the wood. They were trees that were already on our property, but we use all the wood on our property for our beer as well.
So and do you brew where the farm is? Is that where the brewery is as well?
Yeah, it's all there on site. Yeah, we live there on the farm. It's a 15-acre property that we bought. So we live there. The brewery is about 300 feet from our house. And then we just opened our outdoor tap space, and it's on the opposite side of the farm, but all right there on the 15 acres.
So this is a place that people can come to and do things?
Yeah, now it is. Yeah, we just opened about 6 weeks ago.
Oh, excellent.
It's called the Tree Bar. It's like a treehouse bar, essentially. It's in the woods, right on the woodland edge, surrounded by trees. We made it out of trees. So,
do you talk with other, because, these microbreweries have certainly exploded over the last couple of years. Do you guys you talk with other brewers around, see what they're doing, kind of get ideas, kind of information mentoring or anything like that?
We definitely use each other. If we're out of something, we can text Bill Morgan at Blind Pig and say, hey, Bill, you got a bag of grain we can borrow or something like that. We're all friends, but we're always trying to be different.
Sure.
And I'm sure all of them are trying to be different from us too. But yeah, it's kind of difficult to set yourself apart because there are so many breweries. I mean, even in this small community, there are a lot of breweries.
Talking with Anna Schweig. She is with the Big Thorn Farm and Brewery. They're in Vermillion County. How much of experimenting do you do as far as flavors or different? I'm sorry myself. I'm still kind of a Coors Light guy. I haven't gotten into the microbrew so much. But how do you kind of experiment around and see? Is it a lot of failing before you get something right, or
not necessarily? I mean, we've been doing it for a while, and so we have an idea of how things are going to work. We do a lot of making teas with our herbs. So we do that kind of experimenting, and then sometimes we'll make cocktails. A lot of the time what works in a cocktail works in a beer also. and sometimes we fail. Sometimes things mess up, but we have a pretty good idea of how things are going to work.
Have you found anything grows better where you're located? We say, "Oh, this should grow very well," and then you find out, "Oh no, it doesn't work so well."
Well, yes. Well, the first thing we planted, of course, was hops because we thought, well, we're going to make beer. We got to have lots of hops. So we put in a huge hop yard. They didn't do well at all. They were terrible. I mowed them down 6 years later, and so now. We use so many different herbs for bittering now instead of hops. I mean, we buy hops from local farms too,
right.
But they just didn't grow well for us. So they were kind of off the table.
People can come out and visit the farm and the brewery. Do you have I would assume you have a social media presence that has all that information on it?
We do, yes. Facebook, Instagram. We also have a website. You can go on there, and we're open Saturdays and Sundays from noon to 8. And we're probably going to just hit it all the way through winter now. We're going to do a big outdoor bar fire pit thing.
Yeah, sure.
So,
yeah. So you said the tree bar just recently opened. Have people been able to buy your beers other places as well, like different restaurants?
Definitely,
like that?
Yeah. We sell all over Illinois. So we sell all over central Illinois and all the way north in Chicagoland as well. We sell our bottles in Chicagoland. And not too far south. Charleston is about as far south as we go. But yeah, we're all over Illinois.
Any restaurants here locally, central Illinois, that
sure,
you can, off the top of your head, that you
in
know
Champaign, in downtown Champaign, we'd sell to most of the places here. Blind Pig, Quality, Black Dog, Barrel House, Big Grove. Guido's. I don't want to leave people out.
Sure.
I feel bad. But yeah, pretty much if you're downtown Champaign, they have our beer.
And so you talk about, the farming and the brewing aspect. Had to learn a little bit about the business aspect as well, I would assume.
Absolutely. Yes. The business and sales side was the part we drastically underestimated as far as time. Definitely. So
right.
we do have a salesperson now, Stacy. She's amazing. She takes care of all of Central Illinois and South Chicago. But yeah, the business side has been a learning curve. But we've read a lot of books, YouTube, Google.
Exactly. And a lot of, probably a lot of failure than success.
Certainly, yeah.
Anna Schweig, Big Thorn Farm and Brewery. Anything you have planned in the future? Like, so you just opened the tree bar. Do you have any other plans as you look down the road?
We're just going to keep building. We love building. It's the other element of the farm that we love. We've built everything on the farm. So our goal has been, if you come out this year and you come out next year, we're probably going to have a new building built, next time you come out. And that's always fun for people. So,
is there a favorite flavor or anything that people say, from Big Thorn, a popular seller, if you will?
Our sours sell so well. People love our sour beers. I think it's what we're best known for now. And we make so many different ones because we grow so many things that lend themselves to sour beers. So,
And do you follow flavors along with the seasons? We always hear about, winter and, fall, spring, summer. Do you kind of follow along what seasonal ingredients are available?
Absolutely. Yeah. Depending on what we have available on the farm, that's what we use. Yeah.
Anna Schweig, Big Thorn Farm and Brewery. Do we just kind of Google that and that'll get us all the information that we would need?
Yeah. Yep. You can Google Big Thorn Farm and Brewery. All of them, they'll take you to our website or Facebook page, either one. Yeah.
Anna Schweig, thanks for coming in today.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.